What's up, guys? Cloud here. I thought we'd just go over a couple of replays that I have from the last kind of ranked session that I had going on. So hopefully I can take a look at those, break those down a bit, and see where we can improve. So we'll start with game number 1. So I'll go to my camera and we can just have a little watch. There's me here. Currently just challenging the ball. Probably no need to challenge for that off their backboard, but luckily it doesn't need to any open nets. The teammates have double committed there, which is why I decided to fake challenge. Just trying to buy teammates time to get back. Now I can see teammates still planted on the wall, and my other teammates are always looking to go, so at this point I thought I'm going to be playing third man for majority of the game, which I didn't know. Which usually if you're solo queuing, 90% of the time you'll be playing third man if you're not partied up with someone who knows how to rotate. So knowing that, I just kind of lock into third man and just play a supporting role as opposed to rotating and applying pressure. But me playing third man there just gave me the open net, being in a position where I can shoot the ball and a position where I can beat people to the ball, which is highlights good positioning. So here I'm just playing third man again, just trying to be active and trying to be an option. So now I just try to place a shot around him. Don't quite get the angle. It was a tough angle to get. So I'll just rotate behind the play. I'm probably sitting a bit too far back here, but yeah, it's a bit hard to play in a position where you're far enough back to cover if both your teammates can't get back, and make yourself a viable attacking option as well. So especially not knowing whether your teammate's going to turn or not. That was just a good example of good positioning and a good 50 that lead to another goal. So 2 goals from me, both just from being in the right place at the right time. Here I'm just playing behind teammate, just playing the touch out for them. There I just got a nice delayed flick. The opponent seemed to challenge the ball, not knowing that I had an extra touch, so made it quite easy to just get it over them. I didn't think it was going to be a goal, but we take those when we get them. Here we're just playing behind, not the best touch from me, and it does lead to a goal. I wasn't looking for a touch or a clear. I was kind of looking for a 50, but no one ended up challenging, so just get the soft touch right out to them, give them the position back, which is not really what we want to be doing. We just tried passing to the teammate there, which is always a viable option when you're trying to get out of your own end. So I'm very hesitant to challenge here, not knowing whether the teammates are challenging as well. So I'm just trying to play just patient more than anything, forcing balls over so teammates can get the position and try to get a play through. Both teammates are right on the ball there, so I still don't want to challenge there. So I just take position here, flick over 2. I don't think I can quite get the angle there, but I do get an amazing pass that does lead to goal number 4 for us. So overall it's been if you watch the whole footage, it's been a very quiet game for me in a sense. I've scored 3 goals, but in terms of kind of inputting myself into the attacking line, it's not very much of that happening for me. I'm also just playing third man. That was a bit awkward there from us. Low boost, just trying to force a touch around or trying to cover the potential shots. So now we're just playing last man here. Very dangerous for them. But fortunately, they do double commit, and that does lead to a lot of open space from our teammates, and does eventuate into goal number 5 for us. And there, I believe that they forfeited the match and we won 5-1. So I think overall, pretty decent game from me. Obviously, there's still a lot of hesitancy in my gameplay, and I think playing the third man role for that amount of time with the right opponents can lead to a lot of goals on their end, so I'm just fortunate that we could get the win there. So yeah, we'll go back to the menu and we can get into replay number 2. And yeah, these are games that I don't really remember, so I'm probably looking at them probably the second time, after I've played them. So let's get into replay number 2 and see how that goes. Alright, so this is game number 2. I will get the cam just purely on my car, that way we can just break down. Nope, that's not me. This is me here we go. So now we're just forcing the ball out, rotating back to the far post. Gives us a big lot of coverage. Not the best 50 at all. The opponent went low. I've decided to not go for that, give teammate the chance to push that out. So now I should play sidewall. Yep. Now I'm there just trying to get in the way, really. It's gone over me, so now it's just time for me to get in the way and just try to give my teammates the maximum amount of time to get a good position. I've cleared that out towards where my teammate's going, and he does get another touch, but I cannot get there. I do get bumped there, so unfortunately I do get the bump. If I didn't get bumped, then I probably would have been scoring that. Right there was a real tough 50. Obviously the contact that I made was towards the end of where the ball was for me, so the opponent's always going to win that 50. I get the win there, and I get the chance just to push it out. I didn't see the teammate behind me, so I really should have just let him go. When I see that he hasn't turned to challenge again, I'm just there just trying to pressure, get the clear, and I'm just looking to rotate back to far post again. I was also there if the teammate didn't get the control, but since he did, I can leave, I can grab boost, and then I can start inserting myself in the play a little bit. So I do get a nice touch here, and another touch over him, and that does lead to the first goal. So it's great play from us. So now we're just cheating up here. If you are looking to kind of rank up in your competitive gameplay, I would always recommend cheating. I always find that majority of the goals that I concede are from when I don't cheat, and when I just end up going for boost instead. So always following up on the kickoff was giving yourself the best opportunity to capitalize on if mistakes are made. You see from there I get a nice 50, and I just get a nice shot into the open net, which is a great play from us. To get them out of the kickoff. So from there I'm just looking to see where the ball is and where I need to be on the field. Teammate does get an awkward touch, and I know I'm getting beaten to the ball. That was a real bad touch from me, but it couldn't be up. So now I'm just trying to get a touch around them, and I'm just trying to get control of the ball and try to outplay them, really, just to try to give my teammates some attacking opportunities. So now I'm just trying to play the miss, and I've just backflipped there, which is terrible. But so is the opponent, so nothing too bad coming from that. But with the right opponents, that's probably a goal. We get a nice beat there, and we just find ourselves rotating back. We do beat one here, probably look for another touch, and we get it. It's probably just wide. yeah. Teammates probably got a better angle at it, so we'll leave it for him to shoot. We do decide to go all the way back, which watching it back, I do not like that. We've got a lot of pressure, so for me to disengage from the attack, it just gives them a chance just to break free. We've taken a lot of boost from them, and we've kept them inside their goal for a while, so being able to capitalize on that is so important. And I think that going for the boost is just counterintuitive, so that's something that I know that I need to work on, because I do it quite often. That was a bad touch from me. I was kind of looking for a second touch and a regather so I can try and dribble it out, and unfortunately that leads to a goal. So looks like we're trying to regather ourselves, grab some boosts. Teammates are forcing the ball down to the opponent's side, so we're just trying to, replicate that same pressure that we've had. That is a terrible touch, and I find myself a bit out of position here. 0 boosts, probably play near post, and we get scored on far post. 20 seconds to go. Yep, so 2-all. Just try to take my time there. Ended up getting dusted to the ball. Do end up stealing position from the teammate there as well. A great save from us. We've got about 5 seconds left on the clock. Do get another key touch that stops the ball from getting into our net, so doing everything we can. I do decide to go back right here, which once again is what I think is counterintuitive. And yeah, as a result, there you go. Get scored on, and we lose game 2. So yeah, a lot to learn. Trying to keep myself active and applying pressure when we're on their side of the field, because at the end of the day it's all about position and boost management, applying pressure. So that's probably my big takeaway from game 2. Now we can go have a look at game 3. I'll see you there. Alright, once again I will go to here we go, my camera here. So going back to the boost there is fine, and that is not a fine touch at all, which I am pretty fortunate that did not lead to a goal. As a last man back, I don't want to be passing the ball straight to the opponents, knowing that there's no one back in goal. So just the small things, little micro adjustments. Wow. Fortunate enough to not get scored on there. We both faked the ball, so we do try to get the touch over 2 as our grouped, but we didn't quite get the height that we needed, so it's just rotating back. Do get back in time to get that. We do hit it over that dude, which is probably the best that we could have done, and we do work to rotate back relatively quickly. We do leave that ball. We do see that it's going over, so we try to just get people to kind of force them to overextend a little bit to try get a good counter attack was the idea. Just get a nice touch to the side. Do get a flick over 1, and the teammate does get a good clear, so we are free from the pressure from now. But yep, this is I thought, just when we thought we were clear, we're just straight back there. So that is a great set of touches from me. Do get it over 1 into the double touch. That does let us get a bit of opportunities there. Definitely should have been me going for that touch. You see I was in a much clearer angle to take the shot at goal. But you know, in these situations, solo queuing with a lot of people who are also playing on their own, sometimes those things just happen, so always got to be aware. That's a good goal from teammate there, so puts us up. Actually didn't see that. Still watching the replay, so we know that the teammates are back in net, so we're just trying to force them into making touches that they don't want to make. I think that's the key, is if you give people the time to get the control that they want, then 9 times out of 10 they're scoring exactly the goal that they're trying to go for. So trying to keep enough pressure so they don't have those opportunities is so important in your ability to apply pressure and to keep that pressure applied. And yeah, it's really just a decision of a game of decision making, being able to make the right decisions at the right time that put you and your team in the right position. So if ever you're trying to develop your game, and you just think about all these little things about game sense, about keeping yourself relevant in a play, whether it's correcting your challenges, whether it's thinking what do you bring that can contribute to the winning or the defense in your team, the attack or the defense, and that can contribute to your win. And I think for me, if you are wanting to rank up, the most important thing is, like, a lot of people try to, and I'm a victim of it as well. I've tried to develop a set of skills, and I've gotten, I'll say, decent but not consistent. So I think the best thing is finding one thing and just training that until you are the best person in the lobby at that particular thing. It could be dribbling, it could be aerials, it could be flicks, just all those little things. But if you can pick one and you can make yourself the best one, you know, the best person who can do that in your lobbies, I think that'll take you a long way. It's something that, you know, whether you're losing your mojo or you're down goals, it's always something that you know that you can rely on and go to whenever things are going a bit pear-shaped. So you see there, we've double committed there. And the teammate's gone for the aerial challenge with only 12 boosts, so 9 times out of turn that's leading to a goal, which it has. So goal down with, you know, 15 seconds left. There's not much I can really do from that position to apply the pressure that we need. So all I'm trying to do is just give ourselves time to try to create a counter push, but as you can tell, there's not a lot of activity going on, and we do go down in game 3 as well. That's just how it goes. So yeah, there's a lot to there's a lot of holes in my game that I need to work on, and I think watching a lot of these replays outside of playing gives me that perspective. So I hope you guys can get that same perspective that I'm getting and apply it to whatever area of the game that you feel like you're lacking on, or you know, you feel like you can work on more. Alright, this is the final game, so let's just see how this one goes. So we try to take position straight from the kickoff, try for a double touch, but you see them defending the backboard quite nicely, but that leads to us getting a goal, so good pressure from us. And we do end up getting 2 goals in quick succession without too much hassle, so it's good to be up 2 goals early on in the game. It gives us a lot of momentum and a lot less pressure to play. So yeah, rotating back to try help the teammate. We do see he's low on boost, and not too sure why he decided to sit in net so long with no boost, but it does lead to a goal, so unfortunately. They do get quite a nice 50, but fortunately no one's pushing up to attack, so get a relatively easy clear out of our end. I do get a nice 50. And just try to get an outplay over just to give us some attacking options. And we just end up playing third man there, just trying to make sure that there's no potential scoring opportunities for them. We do get beat there, but we do get their boost, which is always an upside. Especially because you know that there's always going to be a boost battle going on throughout the game, trying to get the upper hand, give yourself a better chance at good strong attacking opportunities. So instead of rotating all the way back, we try to keep ourselves available as an option. And now we can fill that role of third man. We can push up and pressure, giving our teammates time to grab boost and just reset their positioning. Teammate gets a nice little clear out. I don't get the control that I want there, so there could have easily been a goal as well. Fortunate enough that the teammate's there to take over control. They do get a nice clear out here. I did pre-jump the high touch as well. I know that's a very dangerous threat there. Now there I'm just trying to keep the pressure on, keep the ball as close as I can to their net, just create as much pressure as we can, hoping for a mistake, but no mistakes come from them in that position anyway. Now we don't have to pressure as hard as we are now, being a goal ahead, but it's always good to just try to keep them smothered in their side of the field as long as we can. It helps us, it gives us opportunities to score, and it also takes away their opportunities that they have as well, so I'll just try to play it back here. It's just small things to try to buy time for my teammates. Same thing, yeah, I'm just trying to anticipate where the ball would go. And I do, but I end up just missing the ball there, so definitely the right idea, just a bit rough around the edges on the execution, so I do try pass there, which passing to the third man is probably not the best option there. But I do end up getting the 50, and that leads to the 4th goal for us, so we're 3 goals ahead, just under a minute to go. All we need to do is just play solid, and we should be walking away with the win. Wow, that was a very nice shot. And it looks like they forfeited after that, so overall, it's a good final game to wrap up that session. We do end up, I think 2 wins, 2 losses, which puts us pretty much exactly where we were when we started. But overall, good learning, a lot of good gameplay, and yeah, hope you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. Make sure you check out my links in the description if you want to watch me on Twitch or see shorts or just content that I make on various different platforms. But yeah, this is Cloud, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.